everybody, and welcome back to Kings of Horror.
Every day in this fine month of October, Bibbs and I are reviewing films based on the works of Stephen King.
And today we're looking at the next Stephen King anthology film, Cat's Eye. Stephen King's second anthology film stars a cat named the General as he speeds across the country in search of a young Drew Barrymore who needs to be rescued from a tiny troll who wants to steal her breath. Along the way, the cat stumbles into James Woods, who accidentally enlists the mob's help to help him quit smoking, and Robert Hayes, who's forced to walk around disguised on a precarious, tiny ledge as vengeance for his philandering ways. Cat's Eye is one of those rare horror anthology movies in which every installment is actually pretty solid. The final one in particular, with Drew Barrymore, the cat, and the troll, is really scary. The visual effects are still wonderful, and you really feel for the little girl in that because her mom is just a terrible person. But my problem with this movie is that there's really nothing linking them. The cat appears in every single installment, but it has no reason to be in the first two, and it just kind of weakens it overall. There's nothing really tying it together. It feels like three really good Tales from the Crypt episodes that just happen to be shown back to back.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that the last story loses its certain adult-like edge. It loses its edge like by the time it meets Drew Barrymore, and the cat, and the little troll thing.
It's the best installment, but it's about a little kid, and the other two are about adults.
You think the last one was the best installment?
I do think the last one is the best installment.
Okay.
Because the first two are great, and I love them, but like they're about adults and adult problems, like 40 people in their 40s problems, and there's nothing supernatural about them either.
No.
And so when the supernatural occurs in the third installment, the
General,
kind
of throws you out. Yeah,
it's weird.
Yeah,
there's
a weird tenuous thread going on. Just linked by the cat. I want to bring up I like the fact that Lewis Teague, who also directed Cujo, he throws in these kind of little nods to the previous films. You see Christine. You see not Christine, but you see the bumper sticker.
But it's on like a Plymouth Fury.
It's on a Plymouth Fury. And then Cujo. But once you get past all of that kind of silliness, I love Quitters Inc. But I love The Ledge even more. I mean, I remember seeing that film in the theater, and my palms were just sweaty. I hate heights, and I love just how despicable the characters are in it. You know, and this guy's got to go around the ledge, and there's like the whole thing with the hose and the pesky pigeon. You know, I mean, I really love that stuff, and it's almost like kind of masterful cinematic tension going on at play.
Well, it's a great concept. It's very thrilling by its nature. But the other thing with Quitters Inc. and The Ledge is that they both have really twisted senses of humor.
Yes. Oh, God, I love that.
The dream sequence, or the hallucination that James Woods has, who's at a party and everyone's smoking and he can't, is just so ludicrous and disturbing.
Got all the cigarettes on one hand, just smoking away. I do love that. Yeah, it's got a weird. And what was the little gag too, where he thinks that there's someone in the closet, and he throws something in the closet, and you hear, ooh. It's good. It's really good stuff.
It's really fun. But I think The General is such a wonderful, self-contained horror story in its own right. I think it ends on the best one.
It just feels out of place.
But they're all really good.
It feels out of place.
It is out of place, and that's really the only flaw with Cat's Eye, is that there's really nothing tying them all together. Even like the cat sees visions of Drew Barrymore, "Help me, General," or whatever she says, and like, but then you get to the last installment, and she hasn't met the cat yet.
No,
this isn't like Homeward Bound, where the cat got left behind and they moved because the mom hates cats, which would have made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I think even though it doesn't kind of fall together very well, I think Cat's Eye is a really, really great movie. It's a lot of fun. You're going to have a blast with it. It ends with a song called Cat's Eye, which is always just a selling point for me. I give it 3.5 Kings.
If you kind of go in looking for something like Creepshow, you're not going to find it here. However, I think there are 3 really strong stories here. The last one being kind of slightly less strong. But minus the connective tissue, it's just shy for me of getting a 3.5 out of 5 Kings. So I'm going to give it 3 Kings out of 5. All right, well, come back tomorrow as we look at Stephen King's, Silver Bullet. I'm laughing, you're crying.
I'm crying.